Yo, what the fuck?
So what on
We're
camera?
already recording.
Okay, boom. All right. So purposes of this video is welcome to Full Circle Conversations. This is unscripted, no
Straight
censoring,
up to
straight
the
up.
point.
Yeah, to the point.
This is more of an introduction about what the mission of this channel is, uh, what we do, how we can use the audience to actually help out and talk about different points of views and perspectives on pretty much life.
Yeah,
Pretty much life.
life, everything that you hear on the street, everything I mean, and a little bit of what we maybe should be talking about that a lot of people aren't, maybe because of distractions or so on and so forth. So, like, we just want to have conversations that will bring everything to back to a point where we can say, "Whoa, man!" Like maybe we didn't see all those perspectives before, but now it's like it's making sense and it's all coming together. So we're gonna talk about a lot of different topics. Um, some serious, some some laid back, some things maybe we want to have some aha moments on the spot. But that's based on a lot of interaction between people out here and bringing people in here. We want to we
Absolutely,
want to have
absolutely.
some real epic conversations, some conversations that are really, you could be at work and just tuning in, and it just you got the headphones on. You don't got to look at us. I mean, we're pretty and stuff, but you don't really got to see us. So just tuning in and just listening to a conversation from two individuals who I believe we have maybe a fair perspective of things. We're kind of like we're not too honed in on any beliefs. Well,
Everyone's entitled to their opinion.
everybody's on their own, but
So
we're not discriminating anything. I always like to myself consider all perspectives and really just come to a full circle conversation where we
that
can
that's
say
that's what we do.
where we can
That's
say
the whole point.
yeah, that's it.
Everybody meets at one point. We start off on one point and we all meet up at the other.
Yeah, yeah. That there's always another point, another side, that you could travel to. Sometimes we tend to just travel where where we find comfort, and that's at one side of the pole. But on the other side of the pole is an aspect that maybe we weren't open to. So in these conversations, we hope to break down walls, uh, break down certain belief systems in the sense of like thinking about what it is that you truly believe in and believing in something. In this time,
Very
I
important.
mean,
Very important.
think about where we are. I mean, if you're living in America, then you know for sure that nothing's been the same since 2020. Like, could that be?
Facts.
Yeah, like that's
Facts.
it's like if you haven't learned something new about yourself and it's 2024, then you haven't learned anything, a new aspect of yourself, then you may need a little bit more than this conversation. You got to start really going going in a little deeper than what you could find outside. But we hope to also maybe strike a chord with our audience and make them start thinking. I mean, for me, me coming into my awareness of the reality I live within is just kind of like it really came from one thought, and that thought trickled into so many million thoughts all in one moment. And I really it changed the way I perceive my life. My life was never the same since that moment. Uh, the way I thought, the way I eat,
A lot of
the
that
way
stuff.
I
A lot of that
taste
stuff is
everything. Yeah,
is trial and error too. Like going through the obstacles.
yeah,
Remember that us
absolutely.
human beings, we learn through traumatic events.
Mm.
You learn how
Pressure
to
makes
be
diamonds.
careful
Mm.
while you run because at some point you weren't careful and you ate the wall. Um, so it's also it has a lot to do with that too.
Yeah,
Um, I know, for example, myself, I like to hit all the obstacles.
yeah, Yeah.
At this point, you know what I'm saying? Like I
Get
must,
through it.
because you, if you, everybody does this. Everybody compares themselves to somebody else
Right. Yeah.
at some point in their life.
Yeah.
Everybody compares themselves to somebody else.
Yeah.
You see, so and so has avoided XYZ obstacle, but here you are going A, B, C,
Yeah.
D,
Yeah,
E.
man. Some people that fall is a little bit like they consider it a little bit more than others. Some people fall and they're like, yeah, that was nothing, and they keep on pushing, but all whilst their body is taking so much abuse, and at some point, all those bumps and bruises they add up, and now you
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 learn
have
from them.
you have you could actually wind up you can wind up stronger or you can wind up weaker, and it really depends on your approach. So
Yeah.
yeah, so with all that being said, that's what our purpose is here. We want to fall, we want to bump our heads. I mean, today was a whole setup disaster. YouTube, Instagram,
There's a lot of stuff we
TikTok.
want to
They ain't
go ahead and
they're not.
mention about all these social
Yeah,
medias.
one thing is like that I noticed today, and we were talking about is just like is that it's a good thing that social media they don't allow people to just go live when they want to start something like how we are. That's like genuinely just trying to have good conversations, not trying to do no wild shit. But at the end of the day, there's a lot of people that will just jump on here and do something crazy and say something crazy. So basically, you have to have the good intention to build something in order to attract, a fan base and everything. And when you get that, you're not going to be very willing to just throw it away. Some people might, but at the same time, they got like defenses for all that
At
shit.
some point, eventually, we're gonna be looking back to this episode or this video,
Mm,
and we're gonna be like, "Dang, do you
yeah,
remember when we had to like pretty much MacGyver every single wire for everything to work, or at least to get this much
and
footage
then
out
and
of?"
then my phone was on 20%, and we just it
Listen,
was just crazy, bro.
it's been insane, and at this time, what we got, 35 followers on YouTube,
Hmm.
about 73 on TikTok,
Yep,
uh,
yep.
Facebook maybe like 123. But what we're trying to say is that at this point we're small. At this point we're small. We're trying to get the attention. You know,
That's how anything
so
starts, and we know we we know that we're gonna get at some point. We're gonna get to a higher level of conversations. We want to. Right now, we might be talking to ourselves a lot, but at the end of the day, there's like it's just like that one person that might just be listening, and that's really
yeah.
so important.
Or
It's
somebody
like
else that might be trying to do the same thing we're
yeah,
doing.
yeah, yeah,
You
yeah,
know,
yeah,
that could also impact them, bro. You keep going.
yeah,
What you doing?
yeah. So we want to. I mean, this is for me. I'm using this platform and every platform that we're on to spread what I've learned, and to filter it through conversation. Like I'm a firm believer in being able to fine tune everything that you learn. And that's to me is the proof of God is that we have fine tuning, is that we could use things that we learn and apply it to so many different aspects of our lives.
Yeah,
So in these conversations, I look forward to actually, filtering through my spirituality and what I've learned in my experience, and man, and for you as well. I mean, your
absolutely,
background in
absolutely.
that's
I mean,
and tell them,
I
bro, speak to
can't.
people,
I
bro.
mean, think about it. No, no, that's. I'm just listening now. I'm a listener.
Yeah, right. Sometimes we were gonna do that. We're gonna
Yeah,
like I'm gonna subscribe,
you know.
and then he's gonna subscribe, and that's good conversation, man. Like, yeah,
No, no, absolutely, man. I came from which in reality it all boils down to energy.
y'all not paying me, so nobody's gonna know what kind of water this is.
uh, it all goes down to energy and what kind of energy you are.
Like FPL.
No, no, I'm talking about energy. Well, yeah, FPL.
Yeah,
That's
like
a negative energy.
negative energy. All right, so
uh,
energies.
energy, you
It all
know.
comes down to
So
energy.
it comes down to that, whether you believe in Jesus, you know, Amon Ra, whomever it is that you believe in. It's all about energy and what energy surrounds that belief. In general, you got to be able to take yourself out of the equation and look at it from an angle. What type of people are around this type of like energy or belief?
Right.
Like, what do they have? How do they prosper? How do they help me be a better human being?
Right.
You know, and is it costing me? What's it costing me?
Right.
You know, what kind of favors is it costing me?
Mm-hmm.
And you know, and is it giving me uh positivity, or is it making me waste more energy, because those type of people feed on, you know, feed on
Absolutely.
people like that.
What I like to kind of subscribe to is the idea that
I'm not done. You're gonna cut me off like that, bro?
just
You
like
just gonna
just like
cut me off
FPL,
like that?
FPL does it all the
Just gonna
time.
cut me off like that? Anyways, I want to go back to the whole belief thing. And rude ass nigga, dog. So you know I had to do that,
All
right?
right, you got me, man.
Um, you made me lose my train of thought. No. Okay, so for example, I'm a Christian, but I believe that, and I'm a Christian because I came out of another religion, which is called Santeria, and it wasn't working out for me. I'm not gonna sit here and talk trash about it, you know, to each his own. But it just wasn't really working out for me because of the type of people that that were around that.
The Santeria.
Yeah, because of the type of people that were around that. Um, a lot of the commercializing that's around that, you know, that didn't really work out for me. Um, uh, I talk to God every day, and it's for free. Um, so, and just the energy. Now, that's for me. That's as far as like how I saw it, you know, because I saw myself trying to prosper and never get there and never get there. And in 2 steps forward, 10 or 11 back, when it came to finances, when it came to relationships, everything. Which all of those I cannot blame the religion for. Those are personal decisions that I took upon myself. Okay. Um, but maybe if I would have been around a different type of energy, you know, I would not have encountered half of the issues that I encountered.
Right.
And because of the people that were around me, because it all boils down to not the people in the institutions that you go or attend or believe in or around. It all goes down to the people in your family. That's including everybody. The people in your family that are toxic, the people your friends that are toxic, your friends that do nothing but ask favors and never give anything towards you, or when you need them they're not there. um that includes everybody as a whole.
Yep.
So um to me, it's God, you know. And I at some other point we're going to go ahead and go over that, as to I believe God is our creator, but then there's a little bit more in depth that I'm not going to go into details today. um so yeah, no, definitely. It's all about energy. To me, it's all about energy, positive energy, even at work, you know.
It's not readily available though. It's like you gotta really. It's just like trying to go live. Like you really got to be
You
invested
got to
in it.
keep trying and
You got
trying,
to
and
be invested in
I'm
it.
gonna make it work. I'm gonna make it work. I'm gonna make it work. That you remember when you was a kid, and and I don't know. For me, it was a Super Nintendo,
Mm-hmm.
right? And sometimes with the Super Nintendo, depending on how you roll the wires, some part of it will kind of like get messed up, and you have to like wiggle it to make it work and plug it back in,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
along with the cleaning of the cartridges, you know, putting them in for
Mm-hmm.
them to work. It's just like that. When you're a kid, you're eager to make that. You're gonna try every trick in the book to make that
Absolutely,
work. So you
absolutely.
checking power. At
Yeah.
that time, you're Radio Shack, you're technician.
Mm-hmm.
you know, and you're making it work. Boom, that, you know, oh, we don't have tape, grab a band-aid.
This is only some people though, because I know like some people are just not as resourceful.
Nah, but
But
even
at the
when
end of
you're
the
a
day,
kid,
like if you want it,
yeah,
and when you were a kid and you had that system, you were like, I'm gonna get this done. But it has to be like your approach has to kind of be like that every day, because I mean, ultimately, this is a game, bro. Like
yeah,
this is a game that we play every single day. We charge up our we charge up our battery every night, and we come back and we play this shit every day, and we got to figure something out. You know, it's a lot of times you might get caught up in the wheel. You know, that's why they say, it's the like life is the wheel of fortune. You know, it's like you get caught up in that wheel, and you wind up forgetting that you're here for a purpose. And bad energy is readily available to all of us. You know, like
facts.
it's easier to find a
And
problem in something
where
than it is to like
down
find
we
a solution.
go.